what it is, y'all, we got to talk about something. There is a major problem at Akatsuki when they're like, we broke a game for a week. It was practically unplayable. Like, sure, you can grind link levels. That's realistically about it. Honestly, that's really all you were able to do for the past week. And that gets old really, really quickly. So we were expecting some kind of compensation, some kind of, at least confirmation that they give a crap. And what we got were 10 flippin' Dragonstones. That is so unacceptable. I mean, I'm not asking for 300 Dragonstones. What I'm asking for is more than just, spit in my face and tell me you love me. So regarding the emergency maintenance updated, blah, 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 blah. They updated it with 14.14.4. Like I kind of said before, they're not going to give us support memory yet. And said all players will receive 3 Dragonstones for the issue mentioned in the announcements. All players will receive 5 Dragonstones for the issue related to the use of support items, and 2 Dragonstones for the emergency maintenance. So the game's unplayable for a week have 2 single summons. That is a problem. That is an honest problem. And if I'm real, this is something that would murder any other game. Legitimately, this is a problem that would end any game if it wasn't backed by a Dragon Ball property. This is dumb. So those of you that saw this morning, I actually put up a community post, and I'm going to bring that up here right now. And of course I was griping about the stones and another one, but this one says, has the 10 Dragonstone compensation changed your opinion on spending money in Dokkan Battle or even playing the game itself? So I put 3 options up there. Option number 1, yes, I'm done spending money in the game. 30% of people responding said they were just done spending money in the game. They're free to play now. And I believe that. I think a lot of people are going to be like, they don't care about us, I don't care about them. A gacha game is going to have a real hard time staying alive when people stop spending money. Now, realistically, there will always be the JP players, but here's the problem. On a worldwide scale, and to be fair, there's only 83 votes at this point. I didn't put hashtags or anything like that in it, because I made this at like 4 a.m. So probably not a good cross-section of the whole community. But 30% of people were like, nah, bro, I'm done. Screw this. I'm through. 41% straight up say they're uninstalling the game. Now, if I'm honest here, I don't necessarily believe that. A lot of people are just responding in rage at 4 a.m. when we first found out. Some people probably are legitimately going to uninstall, but then they'll reinstall in a couple months when the anniversary comes around. Anniversary sure hype. Some people, like I said, I say about 50% of the people that responded are actually going to uninstall the game permanently. I do mean permanently. Now, bear in mind, if 41%, let's just say 20% of people playing the game today just uninstall and never play it again, based on this information here. Just for the sake of argument, let's just use this as a cross-section of the community. 20% of players are just done. Turn it off, never turn it back on. That's a huge number of people. That's a big player base that Dokkan is losing. A lot of people in the comments section even said they're going to go play Legends instead. I mean, bear in mind, Legends is, sure, it's backed by Bandai, but it is not run by Akatsuki. And Akatsuki, at the end of the day, is the dev that made this game, and they've got to make some revenue in order to justify updating the game. So, could this be a situation where this is such a bad problem, it signals the beginning of the end for Global Dokkan? Now, to be fair, 29% said nothing changed for them, and I kind of get it. A lot of us have just been beaten and kicked around enough by Akatsuki that we're kind of just like, whatever. Me, as somebody who kind of went really casual on the game for a couple of months while I worked on the other half of the channel, building that up, and I came back just in time, like to start doing regular daily content, just in time for the game to do this garbage. really leaves me unsatisfied. Like, I'm legitimately not happy with this one bit, not even remotely. I'll still spend money in the game, but I'm not going to spend as much as I used to by a long shot. Like, I have a really hard time supporting creators that give this few, you know what, about the game, about the players, about anything like that. I just, it's a major problem to me. And I think it should be a major problem to most people. Reading some of the comments you guys left here, Dokkan is going to have a giant decrease in revenue until July. I wholeheartedly agree with that. This person said it's the biggest issue since To Be Released. I think it's way bigger than that. Like, To Be Released was a nuisance, but ultimately the units were still usable. You just couldn't use their leader skills, and that's because they weren't ready to... They hadn't even finished rolling out the 120 leads at that point, so they weren't ready to roll out categories on global. I kind of get that. They should have still explained it to us, rather than being like, nothing. Just like this time. Literally, they said nothing, and we all just had to speculate. I was right, we're going to get 10 Dragonstones. Yes, a lot of people called that. It says, now is the perfect time to quit Dokkan without feeling bad. That's somebody that's legitimately going to quit. that is somebody who's done. This person said they're just done playing, just done spending money in the game. So you can kind of get the feeling that there's a lot going on here. So here's the other half of the equation. And I did ask this question in a previous video, but I legitimately feel like this is the biggest problem to ever impact global Dokkan. Now, Truth brought up a good point in his video about them tanking the, basically just completely tanking the rates on the first anniversary banners, and that was bad. But let's be real, the game had what, 40, 50 million players at that point? I don't even think that many. It was a small game in comparison to where it is now at first anniversary. Like, it was still a big game, but it wasn't the size it is or has been. And so that screwed over a very small margin of people. The vast majority of people playing don't even remember that. I had completely forgotten about that, to be honest. So a very, very, very small group of people will remember that. But this is something that struck basically at like the height of Dokkan. Like, we're just on the back of JP anniversary. We're going into the 6th anniversary of the game. We have hundreds of millions of players, according to the numbers at least. And probably half of those are like regularly active. So you're looking at a situation here where a lot of people, this has got way more visibility. It's affected way more people than any of the prior issues. And once again, the problem persists. They do not communicate to us. So, I'm going to be really picky about what I spend in this game going forward. I'm going to be really, really, really picky. I've been vocal about saving for the anniversary. And usually the anniversary drops around, I throw a few $100s at the game. I don't know if I'm going to do that this year, to be honest with you. The thing that really sucks about this is this is going to trickle down and affect the free-to-play players. Because as whales stop spending money on the game doesn't make as much money, they don't have the incentive to increase the free-to-play game. So it's like, you kind of screwed either way. Like, there's no win here. It's all lose. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say this is because not only of the issue, but also the scope and the scale of the issue, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to Global Dokkan. This would be a legitimate global shaft, and I really feel like this is one that is going to cost them players, and I don't want to say it's going to signal the end, but it's going to be a downward spiral from here. Definitely people are affected by this and ticked off by it. People are going to stop spending money. Some people are going to straight up delete the game. People that have just been beaten up and like legit have Dokkan Stockholm Syndrome, they really do. They're just like, whatever, it's just the devs, whatever, you know. This is fine. So, I don't tell you guys. I'm mad. I'm actually legitimately angry about the issue, but about how Akatsuki treats its players, its content creators, really everybody involved. I'll still bring you guys content on this, but I'm going to have to consider strongly how I approach the game going forward, because I really have a problem supporting devs and supporting a game that gives this little care for just everyone in general. That's the video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm ticked off. I gotta go really wrap my brain around this. I thought I gave myself a few hours to really think about it, but the more I just think about it, the more angry and hurt I get. Especially as somebody that left for a while, didn't leave. Just wasn't as active. And now that I'm back and I'm like, I really did enjoy and miss the game. Now I'm like, what did I enjoy and miss? Why? Where is the benefit to putting my talent and effort into this versus other things? I don't know, guys. I got a lot of soul searching to do. I'm not done with Dokkan yet at the moment. I'm just very hurt and angry, and I've got to really ponder what's going to happen. We'll still bring you daily Dokkan content. The new stuff is going to be out this afternoon / this evening. I will cover all that when it drops, so don't worry about that. We're still doing content. We're still here, but I want you guys to know that I feel you. Like this is all of us. We're all in this together. So if you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. I'll keep bringing you guys updates and content on this, but right now, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, Akatsuki. Bad look. I don't know. Definitely put your thoughts in the comments. I'll be back at you guys with more Dokkan soon. Tonight.